Yeah. Well, you got it. This is Michael. How's your family? Good. Well, I am. Yeah, I am. I'm going to be here for the next 6 months, but I still use my. This is actually an area code of my second home, Austin, Texas, and but I'm here at the Marriott Residence Inn. We're looking for corporate housing. We're going to be here for 6 months. This was my first day of running on Fox Radio. I'm gonna and so we're just starting, which is good timing. There's nobody here, and that's one of the reasons I chose this area. The second reason is my son has just became a local pastor in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So at least I can, yeah, at least I can be close to three of my 13 grandkids. So yeah. So Scott, how you doing? You have children? Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Good. What part? What part of Texas? Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, yeah. I've been all over the world. Texas is one of the probably my last company I spent most of the time. Our headquarters in this new company is in Houston. My son was a pastor in Pampa, Texas, right outside of Amarillo, and and he just moved to Kalamazoo. So yeah, there's a couple reasons. I had in my last company, I had a lot of extremely successful people here. I won't go raid that, but it's just a good area. It's just good conservative, good people, and so it's going to be a great ride. Scott, I built an empire in my last company, and I was destitute when I started. We were in a head-on collision. Almost lost my daughter and my wife, and I was hurt pretty bad. There was the formula, not a formula. It wasn't even a company. A man spent 10 years on the balance, and he was a humanitarian, a world renowned microbiologist. But we all have taken advantage of his accomplishments and inventions, preventions, and curing of diseases. He was the longest funded scientist out of the World Health Organization. And, people don't know. He created his own funding. He just literally used the laboratories there. But this man's done so much for mankind. But it wasn't even a company. 10 years prior to my accident, he had perfected a balance of food that literally changed millions of lives. And it started with his and then mine and my daughter's. And we ended up building a company around that and created millionaires around the world. It was the wellness industry. And I've seen them all. I've now, don't get me wrong, the home-based business now has grown quite respectfully, and a lot of the nutritional products are much better than you can get at GNC or any of your health food stores, but still, they're A products. They're not the product. I had the product which brought billionaires in my downline, people that I couldn't shine their shoes to their prior accomplishments. I created over 150 millionaires and changed millions of lives. Now, it was two men from my past, Scott, that I mentored in this industry. They kind of broke the 4 minute mile. They went on to be millionaires, and they're great men with great families. And we pioneered Austin, Texas together. And that was like my fifth area. And they just broke, raised the bar so high. Anyway, so they were a blessing, and it's just they went on to be multiple millionaires. I sold my part and retired many years ago. But they called me 2 years ago and they said, Michael, you need to look at our company. We're the fastest growing wellness market in North America. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please do. Yeah, go for it. I'm ready. Mm, right. Yeah. No, hit me hard, man. You hit me hard. Yeah, it's home based. It's home based business. Exact. Definitely, it definitely is. Now, I'm sorry if what maybe you have looked at or somebody brought to you, I wouldn't have gotten involved in. I've seen them all. I've seen 1,000 come and go in the 30 years this company that the hand of God built is still here. I wouldn't have got involved. They're a products, not the product. Relive had the only patented food formula in the history of the world, and I had billionaires in my organization. Their world's money couldn't get their boy back, but this product did. Their world's money couldn't get their lives back, but this product did. I created millionaires around the world on the formula, not a formula. But not to disrespect the industry, it is now the biggest creator of millionaires in the world. It's bigger than all gaming. It's bigger than all sports. And I'm sitting there watching St. Louis get beat right now. I live in St. Louis. We got football going on. This is bigger than all sporting, all gaming, all music, and all movie industry combined. It's a $167 billion industry. So it's came around, but I still wouldn't have got involved in any of them. But when Mark and Brad called me, I said no thanks, but no thanks. I never thought there would be the formula again. Until I did, out of respect, went to see them. I couldn't say no. I don't have to do this. I don't have to work a day in my life. But we're number 12 in financial freedom. I got 13 grandkids. Once I saw what I saw, I would have had to answer to them and God. We have a formula that is the formula. There's never been one like it. In fact, Scott, please try to stay with me for your benefit. Nobody's my opportunity. I'm going to build this, and I'm going to build it huge. Listen, this company will give you $1,000 if you can find this $2 serving scoop that you add water to. If you can find, they will give you $1,000 if you can find these ingredients in this 1 ounce $2 product for $450. In this next $1 trillion industry, there is no equal, no challenger whatsoever. A $4 billion hedge fund backed this, and we've already bought it out. This product's changing people's lives, and it's changing people's lives so quickly. So in this next $1 trillion industry, we have the formula. That's opportunity in itself. Now, what I mean by the formula, it's 126 foods, 69 superfoods. One food you can't get from anywhere else but us. We've stabilized the hull and germ of the rice, of the Brazilian brown rice. You never see the hull and germ because it goes rancid in 3 hours. But that oils contain 110 elements, more than any one ingredient in the world. Our plants are in every individual field, and we have the patent rights to stabilize that, and it has to be stabilized within 30 seconds of harvesting, and then it's put in the blend. But that's just one. Companies have been built on just one of our ingredients. We have 125 more other than that one. Some have 69 components. Some have 100 components. It's just a miracle. Now, here's the bottom line. For $2, I did a test market on millionaires. We were doing investments in Folly Beach Island condominium. Dr. Jerry Fox, that was dying of Lyme's disease, dying 5.5 years. Totally whole. He was a millionaire. He went full-time in Zervita in 3 weeks because of what this formula did for him. Dr. Tom Arnett, one of 450 in North America in his field. He's a chiropractic neurologist. His teachings are at Harvard and Yale, but he didn't know a day without pain. He went full-time within 3 weeks. Dale and Kim Hawkins, that had, unfortunately, pray for them. They just had the biggest rain and flood. But he was retired. But he's going to be doing what he's had to do right now. His sons are running the company, which they got to do 30. They do 30 million in business. He's on roofs because the flooding and the storms has so many roofs. He's out on the roof again. But let me tell you something. That's a miracle in itself. He was retired, multimillionaire. He was getting 3 epidurals every 90 days. All of his vertebrae were fused. He was fighting off the last one to get it fused from the neck to the spine. Anytime he would turn, his whole body would have to. January 13th, I did a test mark, got him on the product. He hasn't had to have another epidural. His wife, Kim Hawkins, become very close friends of mine. His wife, Kim, had migraine headaches since she's been 16. She's 59. She was on 4 medications the day that knock you and I out. And she maintained. She would do one thing a day, maybe. And I maybe go to Kohl's, go to the grocery store. And she was no lazy person. Migraine headaches, 22 days out of the month, and always a headache. 4 medications a night that knocked her out. 100 vanquishes every 10 days. She had to stop having children after 2 because her organs and kidneys, liver and heart, and she was so toxic. 3 weeks, no headaches. Darren Wadley is dying of type 1. Yeah, go ahead. No problem, Scott. Gotcha. It's going to die. Yeah, I gotcha. I understand, Scott. No problem. Got you. I appreciate you. And I understand. But I just want to tell you real quick. I have 2 men here. I just started doing ads last week. Duke just left. He's a financial planner. He was a tight end at Ann Arbor. He went to see his homecoming game. He's very successful here, has a lot of rental property. Got him on samples. I lost him. He told me up front his phone's dying. Yeah.